Hi, I'm Jordan. I'm a software engineer, and I've been a delegate on TC39, the committee that writes the JavaScript specification, for about 7 years. But today I'm here because I maintain hundreds of open source packages. Some of them are well known, some complex, but most of them are small, single purpose packages. I believe pretty strongly in the Unix philosophy that things should do one thing well. One of the benefits of this is that once I've solved a problem or found someone else's single purpose solution, I basically never have to think about how to solve that problem again. To me, the greatest progress we can make as a species is when we consistently build off of the experiences and effort of others. So none of us ever have to solve a problem that's been solved before or to reinvent a wheel. So we can all stand on the shoulders of those that came before us. For software, open source allows us a way to share our solutions so that others can benefit. While that sounds nicely optimistic and idealistic, the reality is that we live in a society where you need money to eat and to live and to thrive, which means that a maintainer's freedom to produce software for free is often constrained, and inequitably so. In other words, we all need money, some of us much more than others. Even for those whose needs are already met, if a company takes their free software and makes millions off of it, there's a number of reasons why it's a really bad idea not to somehow compensate those who built the software. Those reasons might include ethics. It's the right thing to do to compensate those whose work allowed me to profit, or prudence. I want to ensure the entire infrastructure of my business functions properly, or image. I want my company to be perceived positively to make recruiting and retention easier, or to increase developer adoption for good, PR, to have a strong technical brand, or influence. When I need something, I want the ear of the right people, or free maintenance. Other people will add features and fix bugs for me for free, or a long-term strategy. Our company is more successful when the web gets better or more secure or faster or cheaper, or when more people have access to the internet, or when everyone's using our developer tools, or when computers get faster, and so on. No matter which of these reasons you or your company finds persuasive, it's exceedingly unlikely that it's none of them. So let's skip some steps. That'll be a different talk, and assume that folks at your company are on board with finding some way to put money into open source. Yay, now what? How do you figure out what to do and where to focus your efforts? The analogy that I've been thinking about recently here is environmental impact. A company might go super hardcore and structure their business around actively making the environment healthier, or it might go a notch down and ensure that their business is sustainable and environmentally neutral, or it might go another notch down and find ways to minimize negative environmental impact, or it might do nothing at all, or it might decide it's not really feasible to change anything about the business, but it still wants to do more than nothing. So it buys carbon credits or donates to various causes. A company might create and maintain open source projects, or pay employees to contribute upstream or maintain other people's projects to make things better, or to hire project maintainers for the purpose of sponsoring their project. They might join a standards organization or a software foundation. They might select individual projects with something like Open Collective or GitHub sponsors, or individual developers with GitHub sponsors or Patreon to directly fund open source. The ecosystem is still, sadly, at the stage where too many companies are profiting off of open source and doing literally nothing in this respect. So I don't think it's useful right now to try to place value judgments on one approach over another. They all help, they all have their place, and attention should be focused on those doing nothing, since they vastly outnumber those that are doing something. However, one thing that almost all these approaches have in common is that they're severely biased towards high-profile projects and developers. Setting aside projects funded and owned by a single company, everyone in the JavaScript ecosystem knows Webpack, Babel, ESLint, Vue. These sorts of projects get the lion's share of funds and attention, which admittedly isn't even enough for them. High-profile maintainers benefit from this bias as well. I'm sure you can all think of a few developers with Twitter followers numbering in the tens of thousands, but there's quite a few developers, prolific ones even, that don't have that name recognition or platform to attract large amounts of funding. Most projects that applications directly depend on are often built from a bunch of smaller components, transitive dependencies. These dependencies maintainers are solving problems, usually without any compensation, just like those of popular direct dependencies, but they lack the celebrity and name recognition to attract financial attention. Open Collective, GitHub sponsors, Patreon, and other similar solutions are wonderful, and they help the entire ecosystem. But a Tidelift-like approach surfaces funding through a company's complete dependency graph, benefiting transitive dependencies and their maintainers without the need for fame or attention. There's lots of metrics out there to gauge open source prominence, all of them wildly inaccurate. GitHub stars tend to go to high profile projects. Twitter followers tend to go to high-profile developers. NPM download counts tend to go to high-profile projects, but also to widely used transitive dependencies. But when the download counts of a single-purpose module eclipse those of the high-profile projects that depend on them, that seems to me like a pretty strong signal that it is a critical piece of the ecosystem's infrastructure. And that means that we all depend on its maintenance. A rising tide lifts all boats is a great proverb, but one that's always really resonated with me is that if you want to go fast, go alone, and if you want to go far, go together. I've Googled, and it turns out nobody actually knows where this one originated, but I still like the message. More moving parts, more people, that can be a burden if your goal is velocity. This comes up inside companies with their own project timelines a lot. It's often a trade-off between velocity and features or technical idealism. But if your goal is longevity, sustainability, posterity, then we all need to find ways to support each other. In the society we have, one of the most straightforward mechanisms to enable that is to share your profit with those that helped you earn it. Everybody deserves to be rewarded for the work that they do, whether they have a public face or not. Those in the best position to provide those rewards are the companies that build their business on free software. Anything you can do to convince those companies to invest in the ecosystem that provides the foundation for their success, for their profit, helps all of us. Let's all do everything that we can to go far and to do it together. Thank you.